Good afternoon, y'all. My name is Damian Pierre Carter. That's where you can find me on Facebook, Damian Carter on YouTube, and Supermodel Swagger on Instagram. Today's topic is a very personal one for me today because we're going to be talking about the concept of the beautiful people. And I'm going to discuss with you my very personal journey as it relates to trying to become one of the beautiful people and the impact that it had on my life. At the age of 14 is the year I started to aspire to become one of the beautiful people. I just started puberty. The whole awkward teenager stage started to kick in. I had really messed up teeth that needed dental intervention. And frankly, I'm going to be very honest with you. If there were ever a mirror in my environment, I would try to avoid it as much as possible, except when going to the barbershop having to get a haircut. Picture time was avoided until high school, and then even then, you would never see me smile in any of my pictures because I just couldn't. And if I did show teeth, It took me about 3 years from the age of 14 to the age of 17 to let the dust settle from puberty and to actually come into the one part of my identity that I'm so thankful for, and that's coming out of the closet, becoming aware of who I was as a person. Yo, I like men. I'm attracted to men. This is who I am. This is who I'm going to be. Now, keep in mind, at the age of 17, this is 1997, and this picture represents that me. Can y'all see? That's me at the age of 17. The teeth were a little messed up, but I started to become a little more comfortable with my body at that point for a brief period of time. And I had a little bit more of a connection to my identity as a person. Let's fast forward that idea 2 years to the year of 1999. I was a freshman in college, trying to explore this thing called identity and self-awareness. And at that point in my life, I was very much a person that compared myself to other people and thought, why can't I have it like he does? Why can't I look like him? Why can't I be as popular as he? Why can't things be like they are for he? And I had the nerve to even ask of one of my colleagues, why am I not getting that same reception? And one of those many reasons was not necessarily said to me, but hinted, and that was my body. And it didn't hurt. It felt really awkward, but let's just be honest. At the age of 19, I was around a bunch of pretty perky twinkie type of guys. And for those of you who don't know what a twink is a really tight body, petite type of body. Now, I'm 6'3". I'm not a twink at all. I have too much hair and too much body mass to even aspire to be a twink. But because I was 200 pounds at that time, I thought, if I lost a little weight and got my teeth fixed, maybe then guys will find me more attractive. So in 1999, for 10 weeks, I went through a period of self-destructive, risky, life-threatening behaviors that whittled my waistline down from a 36 to a 29, and I lost 50 pounds. I then started the process of getting my teeth fixed, and looking back, certain aspects of those decisions were well worth it. See, $3,000 later at Howard University School of Dentistry, honey. But then also, I became a lot more conscious of what I was eating, how I was eating, and they've stuck with me to today in terms of my emotional connection to what I'm putting into my body. Put a pin in that for a moment because we're still on the life-threatening, unhealthy, risky behavior. In doing so, in losing the weight, getting the teeth fixed, I may have been working on my superficial self, but I was also in school working on my bachelor's and master's degrees in social work, trying to affect change on a level where I could help others who had been in the same struggle as I was as a young gay black man. My pathology, however, was this unhealthy secret behavior that I was doing to my body in order to become one of the beautiful people. And one of my major triggers for unhealthy behavior was seeing a guy who had what I believed a better body than mine. In this was from the year 1999 until 2007. Now, I had become comfortable with looking at myself in the mirror, but at that point in my life, things became very emotionally unstable. I began to project rage on people. I used to use, as Ayanna Van Zant said on a TV show once, I used people as my containers for rage. I did look in mirrors, but during that time period when I was at the pinnacle of what I considered my status as one of the beautiful people, I started breaking mirrors with my hands. It reached a point when I was about 27 years old in the year of 2007, and it took the death of a cousin due to gun violence for me to have an emotional breakdown on a subway train once, where I just kept riding from the beginning of the line to the end of the line crying. I had become exhausted with subscribing to what I considered my aspiration to become and remain one of the beautiful people. And also that same year, a man named Bobby even told me, the reason why I'm attracted to you is because you have a sexy body, you have a sexy walk, and you have a nice ego. Catch T. I thought that this guy, Bobby, whom holds a PhD in engineering, would appreciate whom I was as a person. I had a brain. I had a master's degree. I had education. I could maneuver around certain circles easily. I can navigate in any environment where you take me. But much as many other men that I encountered in my 20s, Bobby only saw me as another chess piece on the board that was expendable. And I had to realize that my aspiration to become one of the beautiful people caused me to sacrifice my view of myself as a well-rounded human being with intellect, with culture, with a desire to be better and more informed, and a desire to be everything that I can possibly be before I'm 6 feet under. When I walked into the room, I was happy that I could get attention, but it was only that physical part of myself that could captivate men at that point in my life. That's where the crying on the train began. And that was probably one of the most thankful moments I had at the age of 27, because I then realized, who the hell are you? What the hell have you become? Are you truly happy with being one of the beautiful people? And if we can take this confession even deeper, I had gone on a protein shake diet where I was only consuming about 800 calories a day. The exercise regimen was of an eating disorder level, and my body was giving out and my mind was crying out to me, I'm losing. Can you come back to who you used to be? And that's when it started to click to me. I then got off that train after crying my eyes out. I went to the Chinese food carry out and I ordered some orange chicken with fried rice and broccoli. That was my moment of self-discovery that I've taken with me since then. That was at 27, and I'm now at the age of 34. And I now realize what the problem was for me. I now realize that many of the beautiful people work hard and sacrifice to maintain that status, but many of those beautiful people are viewed as hollowed out, airheaded, bobble-headed personalities with nothing else to offer but their looks. And I will never ever be able to subscribe to such, because I have never been conditioned to be that. I've always been conditioned to be everything beyond that. Multifaceted, multi-leveled, well-rounded, educated, smart, swag-tastic, if you will. And I now walk into a room, but it's a lot different now. I walk into a room just as coolly as you please, and when I stop, the men drop and fall down to their knees, as Dr. Maya Angelou once stated. How you doing? I now realize what it means to make traffic stop with my walk, but when I make traffic stop with my walk, I keep the cars in park because I have a lot to say that keeps their attention. I then also realized another quote by Maya Angelou that stays true to me. And it stays true to me because I subscribe to this moment in my life from up to the age of 27. The grass may seem greener on the other side, but trust and believe the water bill is too. And for 8 solid years, my water bill was through the roof. Now my water bill is at a point where I can manage it. I am comfortable with who I am as a person. The grass may not be where that person's grass may be. It may not be as immaculate as that person's is. It may not even appear as green. Sometimes it may even appear brown. But guess what, bitch? The bill is paid. And that means, for those of you who don't understand, I'm at a point in my life where I'm a lot more comfortable emotionally and a lot more stable emotionally because I've come to terms with who I am as a person. I am a person with flaws. I'm a person with strengths, weaknesses, emotions, brains, desires, hopes, dreams, and I'm not going to rest until I've had the breath in my body taken. As long as I have the breath in my body, I'm going to aspire to be even more and better than what I am currently. That is who I am. That is what I will always be. And I love that about me. And those same mirrors that I was spending time breaking and shattering at the age of 27, I'm loving them even more now. They're reminders sometimes that I'm about 10 pounds up, 10 pounds down. Better put a cap on it, better work on yourself. And I still have some of those insecurities that I had 20 years ago, but you know what? They're still there, and I've decided on days when I'm feeling the most sexy, I'm going to flaunt those flaws, and I'm going to let you have it. And that's where 3 years ago, at the age of 3 years ago, I was 31. Sorry, y'all. That's when I decided it was time to start letting people have it. When you have a flaw, let them have it. When you feel sexy, let them have it. When you're feeling that kind of insecure moment where you think, baby, do I look fat? Let them have it. If you're a little feminine, you're a guy, let them have it. When you're a butch, let them have it. When you're in between like me and it's like, what's good, baby? Oh, how you doing? Let them have it. No matter what, let them have it. That's the real talk for today, December 14th, 2014. As I stated earlier, my name is Damian Pierre Carter on Facebook, Damian Carter on YouTube, and Supermodel Swagger, on Instagram. Again, that's the real talk for today. Be fierce, be fabulous, and be inspired. But most of all, be yourself. I love you. And if no one has told you I love you today, know that I do. And for me, if no one else tells me that I love me today, I love me. Be well. Let them have it. Now stomp the catwalk.